I miss that being. Okay.
Well, everyone, this is Michael Winchester and Owen Elliot, the writer and director of the new Australian film, Baby and Frankie. Thank you for coming to Rockhampton, you two.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, Richard.
Welcome. Well, congratulations on the movie, and I understand that this was shot 2 years ago. Does the fact that it's out now, does that make you relieved that it's finally out there, or are you nervous about how the audiences are going to take it?
I'm definitely relieved. I think it was a long process for us to get to this point where we actually have a film to show, and for us it's overwhelming the amount of joy that it brings me personally to see our film up on the screen and to see the audience responding to it in the way that they have up and down the east coast of Queensland, but also, you know, all around the country in the screens that we've had it shown at. It's such a relief, and it's so amazing, and it's such a privilege to be having the audience come along and respond the way that they have.
It took us 10 years to write, 4 weeks to shoot, 2.5 years to post-produce, so it's been a long journey. So yeah, like as Anne said, to now see it, of course, it's the end of a long road.
Yeah. Well, I understand, Michael, that you've taken a break from acting for over 20 years. I understand you're an organic beef farmer and you got your master's in secondary drama and you're heavy in community theatre.
Yeah.
But why exactly did it take 10 years to develop the script for Baby and Frankie?
Well, for all those reasons that you just outlined, Richard, I was busy doing other things. Plus, you forgot that I have a family with 3 girls, so they take up a lot of my time. So, I mean, although it was over a 10-year period, yeah, there were times when, you know, we didn't look at the script for maybe 6 months.
6 months would go by and we wouldn't have even touched the thing.
And we'd get back to it and think, well, what's this about exactly?
Yeah.
But it was actually really good to have that break because, you know, you come back to the script with fresh eyes.
And you could really get into the subject matter and the characters in a new way because you'd lived another 6 months worth of experiences that could inform some improvements in the script.
Yeah, it was like learning from life as the years went by.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
guess put it that way. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I think when you're writing something, you know, you're drawing on your life experiences, whatever they are, you know, whether it happened firsthand to you or you heard about it happening to someone else.
Because there's so much emotion and so many themes into this movie that it's very slice of life, but there's so much emotion. Sad, there's comedy, there's grief. Yeah, I guess did that time help to write it?
It did. I mean, I think, you know, if you're going to be dealing with subject matter that can be challenging and confronting and, you know, maybe a bit dark for some people, you've got to have the comedy and the lightness in the writing, but you've also got to have it in the directing and the acting. And
yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time with the actors actually on set and in the rehearsals. We're very fortunate to have a 2-week rehearsal period for such a small film. And I spent a lot of time encouraging the actors to always focus on the light. No matter how dark the subject matter was getting, no matter how heavy it was getting, always, you know, off in the distance, there's some kernel of light there, there's some light breaking through to keep hope in the room.
Yeah, I mean, you know, caring for a loved one in the home environment is a pretty difficult thing to be doing. So, and I'll tell you, one thing you do need is a good dose of humour. So we wanted to inject that into the film.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the plot soon, so the audiences knows what you're talking about. I understand that I was reading articles about you, Michael, that the story is inspired by 2 things. One is someone you knew, and it's also based on a monologue that you wrote as an audition piece back in your acting days. Could you be more explicit about that?
Sure. Owen and I met in a film workshop, and Owen was there as a director and a writer, and I was there as an actor, and that's how we met. And we got together and we got talking that we wanted to make a film. I, as an out-of-work actor, had a monologue that I'd written that I was going to hawk around and try and get my next acting job. And when we discovered that we both wanted to make a feature film, Owen really didn't know who I was, so I said, "Listen, I'll show you my stuff.
Let me show you who I am."
So I performed this monologue for Owen, and he was suitably impressed to say,
Fantastic.
A, I want to use you in my next short film that I'm about to make, and B, I think we should make a feature film based around this monologue. So that's kind of how it fits in.
And where did that, you observed a man in your local community, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, a guy who was a homeless guy in my local town, and I wondered, you know, who this guy was, what his history was, where he came from, what his future might be, and from those thinkings, my imagination, the monologue was written, and the character of Rodney in the film was created.
And that was the catalyst for what then eventually became, over the years, Bacon Franky.
Yeah, I understand that you guys met through a student film by you, Owen, which you starred in, Michael. What was the connection?
I think I saw in something. I think I saw something in Michael that.
Can I just ask?
Really,
sorry, were you a fan of his work?
I was actually. Yeah. I think just from the very
Glad
moment.
to hear you say
Yeah. I mean, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have stuck with the guy. But you know, I mean, he's a wonderful guy to be around. He's got so much energy and so much to offer as an actor. Anyone would, you know.
I can only agree with this. You know.
And also, you know, I mean, he has many credits to his name: Prisoner, Sons and Daughters, Brides of Christ. I mean, lots of Bodyline.
I look very good in a frock.
Yes. Check it out. Check out some of his previous work. Get it on DVD.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I was a huge fan, and to have someone, I'd worked with a lot of student actors and people that didn't have a lot of experience. So to see someone like Michael walk in the room and just command the space in the way that he did, and hold my attention with this engaging material about this fascinating character that I'd never seen before, I had to jump at the opportunity. I said, "You have to play this role in my film, Lily. You'd be perfect as the dad. You've shot your daughter and you've killed your wife, and you shot the dog."
I love those kinds of roles.
Yeah.
That must be a compliment for you, Michael.
Well, actually, it was really only because I didn't charge him any money.
I think I paid him $20 in petrol money, and that was it. I think I paid the dog $20 in petrol money.
All this stuff
as
about
well.
experience, I just came cheap.
And what did you see in Owen, Michael?
Not much.
Good looks. Let's be honest.
Yeah, look, I'll tell you what I did. I mean, he's a young guy, fresh out of university, loads of ideas, loads of vision, great risk taker, prepared to, you know, give it a go. And but yeah, it's the freshness of his ideas that really appealed to me. You know, so.